Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chum here, and welcome to the second, maybe third episode of Battlespot Blast. I should really know this by now. But either way, today we have finally got a competitively bred team with items and everything, so we are ready to go, and we're ready to jump into finally raiding battles, which I hope is going to be a blast. So without further ado, let's tap on this raiding battles, and we'll discuss my team when we get to that point. So of course we're communicating, and do you agree? Yes, I do agree. You can transmit my battle data wherever you want to do it. I don't really mind. It's not too important. I put up the battles on the internet anyway, so it doesn't matter where it goes. Checking my SD card. It does work. Regulations have been updated. That's cool. And we're going to do single battles for now. And just because, I mean, it's the standard stuff, right? So we're going to do single battles. Do you want to register your system for raiding battles? Oh, okay. Now, the problem is, I don't want to only ever raiding battle on this system, but I guess I have to do this, right? I'll see later, because I have two different systems, right? I have the Capture DS and my other DS. And as much as I want to use the Capture DS, my other DS to play Battlespot outside of recording, I have to have it registered for single battles in this thing. So we're gonna hit yes. If I can't battle on my other main DS, and that's fine. We'll deal with that later. Either way, let's jump into this. And you guys can see we're gonna be battling with Team 1 right here. You guys can see on the bottom screen. I'll just hit confirm and it should take up the top screen. There you go. It is on top screen. So we have Prime Arena with the Primarinium Z. We have a whatever item you have, Komodo. You have no item. That's a bad thing. Okay. We should probably go fix that. So I'll be right back, guys. We'll get back up to this point once I give Komodo an item. Alright, guys. So we're back at the screen. You guys can see Komodo now does have an item. And in fact, that is a Life Orb. And I think I mentioned it before. This is a special Komodo. So you guys will get to see its moveset when we get into battle. Then we have a Mimikyu with the Ghostium Z. Because, I mean, get a Swords Dance up and use a Ghostium Z, something dies. Then we have a Lycanroc with a Focus Sash, allowing us to get off some Swords Dances. And then we have Arachnid, I believe, holding a something or other. I actually forget what it's holding, but it's something helpful. And then there's Mudsdale, with that, which I believe is holding the Assault Vest. The Assault Vest could be on either of those two bottom Pokemon. I forget which one has it, but I'm pretty certain it's a Mudsdale with Assault Vest. And Arachnid has something. I think he has a Citrus Berry, I believe, solely because I don't have leftovers yet, which is pretty foolish of me. But I'll get some soon. Either way, we are okay with this battle team. It's gonna check, make sure everything's a-okay. It should be a-okay. I can't imagine it. Yes, it is. And we're gonna go find our first battle. So I guess I'll catch up with you guys once we find our first opponent. All right, guys. So we found our first opponent, who I believe was rank 1550. So they're a bit higher than us. You guys can see they have a Gyarados. I can imagine it's a Mega. They have Buzzwole, Alolan and Muck, Chandelure. They have Kartana, another Ultra Beast, and they have Emolga. So this team is pretty fearsome. I believe Buzzwole is bug fighting. I have no idea what typing Katana is. I should know this, or Kartana, which is basically an origami swords thing. But looking at the team, they have potentially two Dark types. They have Fighting Bug, they have Flying, they have, I think Kartana's, I have no idea, I really should know this, I might look it up, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, looking at their team, I'm really feeling like Mimikyu can put in, but they have the Dark types, man, it's a bit scary, but then again, Mimikyu is Fairy type. Let's see, what handles the Buzzwole? I honestly think it's only Primarina, and that's if we live here, so I think we should bring Primarina in the back. On top of that, we shouldn't need Mimikyu then if we have Primarina. Looking at their team, they don't have many answers to Arachnid. Actually, no, they do. They have a few. Let's see. Their team is very physically offensive. No, it's pretty balanced, but more so physically. So I think we'll bring Mudsdale as well. I think we might bring Mudsdale in the lead slot. And then in the back, we'll have Primarina. And then right now, Komodo doesn't do anything to anybody, which is unfortunate. So one of Mimikyu or Lycanroc, I think. Lycanroc is probably our best bet. We hit the Chandelure, the Emolga, and the Gyarados for... Oh no. I was too slow. What did it bring? What's my third Pokemon? What did it bring for me? Oh god, I wasn't even looking at the timer. Way to start the first battle. Oh my goodness. At least I got the first two picked. The last one isn't too important. But I can't believe I messed that up. Wow. Okay. They send out Muck. That's really, really good for us right now. Really, really good for us. And here comes Mudsdale, which is going to be a really, really good time. Okay, let's quickly look at our Pokemon, see what the game brought for us. It brought Komodo, probably because Komodo was the highest one up on the party list that wasn't added. That's fine. Komodo can handle himself. Now, The Earthquake here is really, 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 really obvious. So part of me wants to go for the Rock Tomb, because I'm expecting the Gyarados switch in right now. And obviously hitting Gyarados with a Rock Tomb will do so much damage. And it will of course lower its speed, meaning whoever comes in afterwards can put in the finest. So I'm going to make the play and I'm going to go for Rock Tomb. And hopefully they switch out. They should. They're 15-50. They're pretty smart. They do withdraw Muck. Show me the yes! Show me the Gyarados. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Intimidator's here. That's really unfortunate for us. But Rock Tomb's off. It's gonna do super effective damage. It's gonna do a good amount. We get the speed drop as well. And I think, honestly, we just go for more Rock Tombs. They could possibly Mega Evolve, but I think they're smart enough not to Mega Evolve yet. So we'll go for another Rock Tomb. They might even Dragon Dance to get their speed back up as well as get that attack boost. So they are going to Dragon Dance. They still do outspeed us. But we can negate this speed boost and keep them at -1 permanently until they kill us, which is kind of our goal right now. Rock Tomb's here. Again, it is a 3-hit KO, so they have to attack us this turn. They have to attack us this turn. So we're going to go for another Rock Tomb. And they might actually Mega Evolve this turn, which is a bit foolish of me not to go for the Earthquake. Because it's pretty obvious Mega Evolution. There we go. I should have thought a little bit harder about that, but it's fine. It is A-okay for us. They are +1 attack, which is definitely very, very scary. They have Mega Evolved into Mega Gyarados. The Mold Breaker comes through here. And we see the Waterfall. This will do a really good amount. It does one shot, so it didn't matter what move I went for. That's fine and dandy right there. I think now we go into... Komodo is a pretty decent bet. He is Life Orb, though. I think I want to go into... I don't know. I think we should go into... Because I don't think either of our Pokemon can outspeed this thing. Even with -1, I don't think we can. But let me just see which one's faster, because we do want to try and outspeed this thing. Summary-wise, we have 81 and we have 107, so we'll go into Komodo. And we can go for... we have to go for Clanging Scales. Kind of unfortunate we have to drop our defense first turn, but we're going to go for it. This thing won't have any move to one-shot us. I know that for a fact. And we should outspeed. Focus Blast was a play there. I just realized that it is super effective because this thing is Dark-type. I'm making all sorts of little mistakes, but it's fine. Clanging Scales will do a lot of damage, especially if he switches something else in. It's going to hurt like nothing. So Clanging Scales comes off. We do outspeed. And this Gyarados is not leaving this in any way, shape, or form. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. We do drop our defenses -1, but we are maxed HP on this Pokemon, so we will still be relatively tanky. Now what could come out next? If it's the Muck, I'm in pretty good shape. Just because I can go for Clanging Scales again, which might be risky. But I like... Or we can go for Focus Blast because they are both neutral. And Focus Blast, I believe, is 10 or 20 base power higher damage. Kartana comes out here. Now this thing, I believe, is really, really fast. But we have no other option. Okay, so it looks like it's Grass. It looks like it's Grass type or Steel type. It might be Steel type. We're going to go for the... I know it's really, really frail. So the Flamethrower, Life Orb Flamethrower should kill. So we're going to go for the Flamethrower. I don't know what it has for us. It might have super active hits, but I don't know if it will kill us. Maybe with Clanging Scales defense drop, it will be able to KO us, which would be really unfortunate. But we'll see how we go. We're definitely not living a Z move. Oh my goodness. That's actually really smart, because the big thing about Kartana is that it has super high attack stat, but its move pool is really, really poor. So the moves are all really weak moves, or relatively weak moves. Like, nothing has higher than base 100 power, which to me is not all that great amount. But of course, when you use a Z move, you actually get to use all that super high attack stat and one shot. I mean, we were lower defense, but one shot the Komodo. So down goes Komodo. And it all comes down to what's the highest stat? Probably going to be attack. It is their attack. And we're going to go into Prime Arena. I'll admit, we would be in a much better position if we had brought a Lycanroc instead of Komodo. However, it is what it is. We made a mistake. We didn't use our move quick enough. Now, just for the sake of it, we're going to go for our Z-Power. We're going to go for the Prime Arena Classic Z-Power. It's going to go for a Leaf Blade. This might even one-shot us, to be honest. It does one-shot us, and down we go. So the Ultra Beast comes through and takes out the rest of our team. I still think we made a lot of good plays there. We did lose, of course, but it's kind of hard to combat Ultra Beast without a really, really good team. And right now, I haven't really built my team to combat Ultra Beast. I've just built my team to just kind of hang out, which is a bit not smart of me, especially when we want to outspeed things that are that powerful. Either way, guys, I think we'll save this battle video because it's good. Is it going to let me, or is it going to stay black? I'm going to save the battle video because, like I said, it's good for thumbnails. And I guess I'll catch up with you guys once we get to our next opponent. Alright guys, so you guys can see our rating has fallen to 1486, and while we're here waiting for our next opponent, I want to have a quick talk about what happened last battle, and where I think I went wrong, because I feel like that's half the fun, you guys kind of getting to see what I think I did wrong and what I can improve. Either way, we found our next opponent at a 1299 rating, so we should have a pretty decent advantage against this person. However, what I want to talk about really quickly is that, I should have predicted the turn that Waterfall was coming and switched into either of my two other Pokemon, because then I would have had a full health Mudsdale, and while Komodo, or probably Komodo, who I would have switched in, would have taken a hit, he would have at least killed the Gyarados without me having to lose Mudsdale. Either way, we got 1 minute left to look at this team. We have Marowak, we have Salazzle, Ribombee, Raichu, Serena, and Vikavolt. So we see a pretty strong Lycanroc. Lycanroc lead is everything. We see a very, very, very strong rock-type weakness on our opponent's team. So we're going to enter Lycanroc first. We see 4 of the 6 are weak to that. And then what is not weak to it is the Raichu and the Ribombee. No, sorry, not the Ribombee. Raichu and the Serena. And neither of those two can handle... oh no, one can handle Komodo. That's unfortunate. Ooh, the rest of them can actually handle at least one of our Pokemon. So, Raichu can't handle... Serena can't handle Komodo. So, we're going to bring Komodo in the back. And then... Actually, no. Serena can't handle... No, Serena can't handle Komodo. And Raichu, being Psychic and Grass, cannot handle... So, Psychic and Grass, what? Psychic and Electric actually can handle everyone on our team pretty well. We're going to go for Mudsdale. Just before it actually freaks out. So we're bringing Lycanroc, Komodo, and Mudsdale, because again, we had like 3 seconds of the timer then. We're getting pretty slow, but hopefully we'll pick up the pace with team selection. And of course, let's not talk about the last battle while team selecting. Let's hope we can improve. We do have a pretty significantly higher rating than this opponent right now, so things are looking up. You know, I don't want to stay below 1500 in our first episode. So Lycanroc leads here. Are they going to be smart enough to recognize my good lead? They are. They have the Raichu. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch out. Of course, we're not going to stay in. We could stay in, but it's a really, really big risk. And plus, Lycanroc is such an important Pokemon for our team. We're going to go into the Mudsdale, hoping that they go for an Electric type move instead of a Psychic type move. A Psychic type move would be the right play, but Electric is just the classic stab. They're probably going to go for Focus Blast. Interesting choice here. We are Assault Vest, so we should take this really, really, really well. And there we get our defense boost. Now, thinking about their team, actually not thinking, looking at their team, they have no one that can switch into a... They have one Pokemon that can switch into a... what do you call it? An Earthquake. Do we think they brought the Vikavolt? Do we think it matters? I don't think it does. So we're going to go for the... I don't know. Rock Tomb is such a good play, because they go into the Levitator, it's going to take super effective damage. If they don't, Raichu can't really touch us. That was Focus Blast. It's going to do about the same amount of damage as Psychic, so we can definitely take 2. We'll go for the Rock Tomb, because it is the safer play. We want to make the hard read right now. And then again... Okay, they do switch. I was going to say, then again, at such a low rating, they might not. Serena comes out. Shiny Serena. And that is really cool. So Rock Tomb comes off here. Hopefully this makes us outspeed. It's pretty unlikely because I don't think Serena is that slow. But we'll see how it goes. It does a little bit of damage. It does, like I said, lower the speed. And then from here, I think we can go for a Heavy Slam. Because if you guys don't know, Mudsdale is a thick Pokemon, guys. Mudsdale is huge. They're going to go for the Z move. If it's a special Z move, I'm probably dead. If it's a physical Z move, I could probably live it. It's probably going to be physical. Ooh, attack power drastically increasing. What does it use? They're going for the Z Splash set. Interesting. Very interesting. Go for the Heavy Slam here. It's going to do a really, really good amount. So if you guys don't know, Z Splash actually, I think, maxes out your attack stat in an instant, which is some pretty crazy stuff. We'll go for another Heavy Slam. They'll probably kill us if they go for an attack right now, but we can't really afford to switch out here because we need Lycanroc to be able to take this thing down. It's super effective. We get taken out. That is fine for us. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Lycanroc. And the play to make here, guys, is to Swords Dance. It doesn't seem like it, but we're going to Swords Dance and then we're going to Accel Rock. And the reason that works for us is because, like I said earlier, we have the Focus Sash. And the Focus Sash, of course, protects us from getting one shot from full HP. whatever attack they go for, the maximum damage it can do is 150. Will live on 1 HP. And then the Accel Rock, which is 100% accurate, will guaranteed, well, maybe not guaranteed, but with +2, it should be more than enough to take out this Serena. So our attack falls. That's pretty lucky for them. But I still think that a what do you call it? A +1 Accel Rock should take it out from this range. We are a very, very strong Pokemon. If I'm wrong, grave mistakes were made, but they weren't. Okay, I got a little bit afraid there because the HP dropped pretty slowly, but it did go down 1 for 1 right now, I guess. I mean, technically Lycanroc is on like no HP, but it is such a powerful Pokemon. This Ribombee, honestly, is very likely going to be a Focus Sash set as well. But I'm going to go for the Accel Rock because regardless, it will kill if it isn't Focus Sash. Here comes Accel Rock. Is it going to live on 1 HP? It is. It is Focus Sash as well. It is shiny as well, which I didn't address. Very, very cool. And Draining Kiss to get that 1 HP back from me. Fair enough play. Maybe they're predicting another switch in. Now, right now, we're not in the best position. In fact, we're probably going to lose because of that Z-Splash set, which is really, really unfortunate for us. We're going to go for the Komodo. It might have been smarter of me to have just forgotten the Sword Dance and gone for Rock Slide. I didn't want to risk the miss, but when it's 90%, I think it was worth risking it in hindsight. Now we can go for the Flash Cannon because it looks so cool, and they're probably going to go for a Draining Kiss to get a bunch of HP back. There we go. We see the Draining Kiss. This might even kill us because we are 4 times weak to Fairy. It doesn't KO. They're going to get a lot of HP back. Almost up to full. That's because I have such a high HP stat. And you're going to see the Flash Cannon comes off. This might not even KO. It is Life Orb though. Which means we might even die to our own attack right now, which is pretty unfortunate. What's going to happen? We're going to get really low. 15 HP. Now we need to outspeed whatever Pokemon comes in next and probably go for a Focus Blast because it's our strongest move. What Pokemon is it going to be? It's going to be the Raichu. So of course it is. We've seen the Raichu already. This thing will probably outspeed us, which is really unfortunate. We'll just click Clanging Scales and see what happens, guys. And what are we going to see? We're going to see Psychic, and we do get KO'd. So we lose our second match, which is really, really unfortunate, especially against it being against someone who's much lower on the ladder to us. It's going to be a pretty big hit to our battle points. And I feel like I'm not making the worst plays. I feel like my my team composition just isn't well suited. I'll admit though, I should have played Lycanroc better. It was that Z Splash really threw me off, and if I'm being honest with myself, Komodo might have outsped Serena. I just don't know the speed stats. If I did know the speed stats, I would have gone for it. Either way, guys, that's not too important. I think the biggest problem is, again, we didn't know the speed stat because it was -1 speed thanks to the what do you call it? The Rock Tomb, which actually has been coming handy, has been useful. I just haven't really taken too much advantage of it in terms of because I went out to my fastest Pokemon and then relied on priority with something that had been Rock Tombed. Made no sense. Either way, I'm gonna jump out of here and I'm gonna meet up with you guys when we find our next battle. Alright guys, so we found our next opponent. He was rank 1422. It's actually quite strange right now because it happens so quickly. It comes and goes, a little screen there. Either way, looking at the team, we see Electivire, Flygon, Mismagius, Araquanid, Ribombee, and what do you call it? Magmortar. So we see a good amount of Pokemon that can't really handle Aquarius. Aquarius is the name. What's the actual Pokemon's name? It's on the bottom screen. And so Flygon, Magmortar, and Araquanid can't exactly handle Aquarius that well. Looking at the rest of that team, I think we should bring our Mimikyu this time because Mimikyu is such a clutch Pokemon. Seriously, Mimikyu was a free kill in that Serena, and I really should have brought it last match. We're not going to lead with it because it's a good thing to bring in the back. I think a good lead right now would probably be the Komodo. We hit everything apart from the Ribombee, but why would they predict our lead as being Komodo with their Ribombee? So we're gonna take the risk because we really need to pay off. We're gonna bring Mimikyu in the back, and Araquanid hasn't actually hit the field yet either. But I think that we can bring Araquanid next episode because it's not gonna do too much for us this time. I brought Mudsdale a lot, and I feel like it hasn't really come through for us. I think today on this fight, we might bring Lycanroc because priority is a really, really big deal. I think we're gonna do that. So we're gonna bring both of our priority mons and Komodo. Pretty risky, but I have been using my Lycanroc and my Mimikyu together a lot in Battle Tree, and they seem to work out very well. And these battles are effectively Battle Tree battles, the same kind of format. So I mean, if they work well, they work well. So let's do this. Komodo lead. Just lead off with anything other than Ribombee, and I'm in a good place. We're gonna see of course, our Komodo lead, and what they're going to lead with is going to be a Araquanid. Okay. This is not bad for us. It's not amazing for us, but it's not bad for us. Now, the problem is if they have Rabombi in the back, they're probably going to switch it in. And that's if. Right? And this thing is shiny also. Very, very cool. I did not mention that before. I think what we're going to do is, as crazy as it sounds, we're going to go for the Flamethrower. Because I'm predicting the Rabombi switch. Which is it's a really hard prediction. If I look at their team, I mean, Rabombi makes sense because of Komodo. Rabombi shuts down Komodo. But if I can Flamethrower the thing and then I can switch into Lycanroc, we can have a good time. So, I think... Actually, what we might do is we're going to switch into Lycanroc. Lycanroc is a fine switch in right now. We can switch in and go for the Rock Slide on this thing, and it should do a good amount of damage because its physical defense isn't all that great. And of course, because we have Focus Sash, we will live whatever attack it wants to go for. We see that we switch first, which means nothing because we could outspeed. They go for the Poison Jab here. Interesting choice of moves. It's going to do a very, very small amount of damage, but we do get poisoned, not a big deal. We cannot risk anything right now because Liquidation is going to do like quadruple that damage, which is a KO. So we're going to go for Fight, and we're going to go for Rock Slide. And we're hopefully just going to do a lot of damage to this thing. We do go for the Rock Slide. We do not miss, which is beautiful for us. And this is going to get pretty close to a KO, and we're going to see Liquidation probably. There we go. Liquidation is here, and we get taken out, which is quite unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do about it. Lycanroc just does not have a good set against Araquanid like that. And it was honestly our only hope. We didn't really bring a good answer for Araquanid or a good lead for Araquanid. Komodo, you're not coming in, and we're not going to switch you in. That would have been really foolish. We will bring in Mimikyu here. We can get up a free Swords Dance behind the disguise, and then from there we can go for Shadow Sneak, and hopefully Mimikyu can bring home this battle. You guys can see Araquanid is Bug Water type, so we didn't really have any options. And the reason I didn't go for Flamethrower despite it being neutral is because Water Bubble actually makes the Pokemon resist Flamethrower or Fire type attacks. So Poison Jab is here. It's a super effective move, but it's not going to do any damage because we do have, like I said, we have the Disguise. The Disguise falls down. We know that they don't have anything that can like prevent us from going for priority. So we're going to go for the Shadow Sneak. And hopefully, not hopefully, this should definitely KO the thing. It's +2 Shadow Sneak from a Mimikyu that's max attack. And goodbye, Araquanid. So 1 for 1 right now. We do have a drop Disguise, but we have a +2 sword. We have a +2 Swords Dance up. So we're in a pretty good position. I know Lycanroc kind of just got killed for what seemed like almost no reason, but I have faith that Mimikyu can come through for us. We do have the Ghost EMZ, or the Ghost EMZ. I always add Inium to the end instead of just EM. It's really strange. I feel like it's because the Pikachu one is like called the Pikachu. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Or like the Pika EMZ, which doesn't make sense. Why would you add the end there? Either way, our opponent is making decisions with his life right now. And let's see what he's going to pick. I really don't think Rabombi is going to be in his set of Pokemon right now. Electivire, this thing is definitely not going to be packing... definitely not going to be packing a Focus Sash. So we're pretty safe to go for the Never Ending Nightmare. And of course, we're going to click the stronger Never Ending Nightmare because the priority doesn't matter. And can we... Ooh, they outspeed us, but Thunder Punch is definitely not going to one-shot us right now. It's going to do a lot of damage. It doesn't paralyze, which is fortunate. It's Life Orbed. Interesting. Can Rabombi... Sorry, not Rabombi. Can Mimikyu get the KO with this thing? Even if it doesn't, we do have, like I said, Shadow Sneak, which means we can, of course, pick up the KO. And there's no way it's living a Never-Ending Nightmare plus a Shadow Sneak. That's just crazy talk. Yo, that image is going to be thumbnail material. I love that. I love Mimikyu. Such an amazing Pokemon. And down goes the Electivire. Now, my biggest fear is that Rabombi is the final Pokemon here, because that's going to be a nightmare for us. But if it was, they would have brought it out a long time ago. I can't imagine. Misplays is here. Really bad for my opponent, guys. Really bad for my opponent, because we can just go for the Shadow Sneak and it should KO. No problem. We have no reason not to click Shadow Sneak right now. Absolutely no reason. Unless the thing is Focus Sash, it's going to get KO'd. And it is Focus Sashed. We're going to die here unless it chooses to set up, which would be really foolish. Hex is here. We're going to die to Hex, but knowing Misplays, it should not outspeed our Komodo, and we can just go for whatever move we want to KO this thing. Komodo coming out here. And I think we'll go for Clanging Scales just for the effect. I'll have to triple check that it is 100% accurate. But if it is, we're going to go for Clanging Scales. It's such a beautiful move, guys. So we're going to fight. Hit the I button. It is 100% accurate. so we can just go for the clanging scales and have a fun time with it. I don't think Miss Magius can outspeed us. He goes for Destiny Bond. The question is, does a Destiny Bond get him the win, or does it get me the win? I really don't think it should give him the win, because it's such a stupid move. Let's see which Pokemon goes down first. Miss Magius faints first, so I should still get the win. He ran out of Pokemon first. I think I do get the win. I'm pretty sure Destiny Bond, Explosion, that sort of stuff, see, I got the win. It said I defeated Inkling, or whatever his name was, Inka King, I don't even know. But yeah. Because Destiny Bond and Explosion and those sort of things that make 2 Pokemon go down result in the move user losing the match. So while they did take me down to 0 Pokemon, we still pick up the win there. I'm surprised Miss Magius outsped me. Very, very, very surprising. Either way, guys, that'll bring us to the end of this episode of Battlespot Blast. It didn't really go our way too much towards the beginning. We lost 2 matches, which I really think we could have won if we played a little bit smarter, if we thought a little bit longer about our moves. And it's kind of hard for me. I'm not very good at commentating while thinking, or like, you know, thinking deeply. Because I feel like when I think deeply, I don't talk, and it's a hard thing for me. Either way, guys, we're going to quit battling for now, and you guys will be able to see the next episode of Battlespot Blast on Monday, where I think I will use the same team. My idea is that I'm going to be using one specific team for both Monday and Friday within a week. But because we're starting the Battlespot ratings on Friday this week, I'll do this team for both this Friday, so right now, and then both episodes next week. And then from there on out, I'll be doing Monday and Friday one team, and then the next week I'll do a different team. So that's how things are going to go. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And of course, if you guys want to see more episodes of Battlespot Blast, as well as a lot of other content like Wi-Fi battles, as well as our playthrough of the game in Nuzlocke challenge format as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And finally, I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.